Content creation. I'm not a big guy into this, as you guys can tell with my amazing upload schedule of 1 video per week, and I managed to almost miss it this week. For content creation, especially with IT content, you need a plethora of tools. I've been on YouTube for about roughly 10 years. And every video I see is honestly about IT work and board level repairs. I don't do this type of repair because I don't understand it yet. And that's why I'm in school. But regardless, I have seen a ton of videos on circuit repair, laptop repair, obviously like videos I have seen in the comments. Yes, I have seen your comments. I have about dank pods and obviously Bringus Studios. I love them, and that's why most of my content is inspired by them. But I like to do it my way. Regardless, I have been looking on the internet for a while for top tools for IT repair and everything. So today I'm going to make a video kind of rounding my top 10 favorite tools when it comes to working on laptops, PCs, iMacs, whatever tech it is, my top 5 favorite tools to have and necessities. Number 1 on the list has to be this guy right here. It's just been sitting right here right now. This is just a Proknife. You can get these things on Amazon. I put a link in the description. These things are amazing. I actually have a couple of these. By a lot, I just mean another one. I had more of these, but obviously, you know, these things break over time. There are some that have like this little like translucent, and there's some that have this clear hard one. Regardless, they're identical. They use the exact same type of blades. They're a very basic blade. Like, they're not anything fancy. But if you use anything, if you like to label, if you like to have perfection in trimming with tape or whatever, this is a must-have, and I highly recommend having a Proknife or some type of little tiny knife. If you don't have anything like that, I highly recommend this runner-up. This is just an X-Acto knife. You can get these things at the dollar store. Like, they're so dirt cheap, but they help so much. This is number 1. You need to have a little knife. Number 2 on the list, it's kind of obvious, has to be a screwdriver set. It can be any type. This one in particular is just a simple Mastercraft Precision. I got this one for a little more than I wanted to, but it has lifetime warranty. It comes with all these bits here. It comes with Pentalope, Phillips, everything that you guys need to have. But if you can't afford that $40 thing, trust me, I started off with this. I still have it. This is just a very, very, very basic precision screwdriver kit. This thing has every single bit that you need. It comes with a bit of these, and these are like guitar picks, and there's like awesome little pry tools. This is a really good runner-up. I got this for like 15 bucks. This one was $40, $45. There is a big difference in quality. This has very soft tip ends, if that makes sense. Pause. This just has a very softer metal when it comes to the bits. On mine, my screwdriver end is all stripped out. That just happens over a year of use. You can get these individually, but for the same price, you can just get the whole kit. So I just recommend either getting this and just replacing it every year, or getting this and never have to replace it. I highly recommend you guys definitely get one of these if you are planning on getting into tech. This is the first thing you guys are going to need, because if you guys are sticking with those basic screwdrivers with those thick handles, you are going to have a hard time. Trust me, I know. Next thing on the list, as corny as it may sound, tweezers. You need tweezers. In this field, you are gonna have to experience a lot of microscopic things, especially on boards where you have ribbon cables, and it's just a good thing to have. I highly recommend a good plastic pair. These are good for reaching into battery connectors, and make sure you don't short anything if you're a beginner. And then I would invest inside of a very good pair of normal ESD approved tweezers. I got this kit for like 15 bucks on Amazon. They're all ESD approved, and there's a majority of them that come with, you know, iFixit kits. This is a cheaper alternative because they have blunt nose tweezers, which are great for iMacs, iPhones, stuff like that, stuff that are very small. I highly recommend getting a kit like this. But if you guys are just starting out on laptops, which I did, get normal ESD approved tweezers. And most of these just come with your battery kit. You can get a whole pair like this, or you can get a couple like these that are just like freshies from a box. In my personal opinion and personal preference, they're identical. They're all 15-cent Chinese garbage that will break in a month, but they will help you and save your ass whenever it comes to fixing shit. Next thing on the list, spudgers. These are a big thing in this field. I cannot stress that enough. I have a lot of spudgers. By a lot, I mean a lot. This is 1,000 spudgers. Am I gonna use 1,000 spudgers? No. Is it good to have? Yes. This was $13 Canadian. I'm not talking in freedom units. I'm talking in Canadian dollars.
It says that I want to eat her conduct. I've never said that.
This is a steal. It may seem, oh, you know, you're going to use it once or twice. No, you're going to use this thing every single day. If you're in this field, this thing is a big thing. You have a flat end and you have a pointy end. Flat ends are good for ribbon cable connections. Pointy ends are good for poking things and seeing what's wrong. I highly recommend a good quality spudger. I mean, sometimes you'll get these thin ones. Sometimes you'll get these stainless steel ones, or sometimes you'll get these thick-ended angled ones. It's all up to the kit, but I bought these individual because I like these a lot. And these are also a really good alternative because these are good for prying and picking and spreading and doing whatever the hell you want. Highly recommend these stainless steel ones if you guys are going to be opening up iPhones and stuff like that. Just chill with the plastic stuff. It's not worth scratching a laptop fascia or the body or anything. This will just ruin it. Other than that, let's move on. Number 4, thermal compound. You hardly ever use this, but it's in number 4 for a reason. And that is because it's super important. For me, whenever I first started out, I didn't have any thermal paste. So I was kind of boned whenever I had to do a CPU replacement on someone's computer. So I either got this is some Noctua NTH1. This is really good shit. But I started off using this. Some of this. This is some Chinese garbage, but you know what? It does what it's meant to do, and it does it really good. I'm not sure who makes it. Probably somewhere in Bangkok, China, but that's not my, that's not my problem. Comes with 3 big, long, meaty. Wow. Okay. Also comes with a template. Comes with a little bit of applicator wipes that I never used, and it comes with a little spreader card. But I'm just gonna say it's not that bad. I have seen definite improvements when I was using this, as it doesn't experience overheating as often. If you want a fail-safe, nothing to ever happen, Noctua NTH1, 100%. If you want a median ground, whatever if you want the worst, go on AliExpress. Number 5, isopropyl alcohol. Number 1 cleaner, degreaser, anything you need, eliminate smell, dust, whatever. This is the king of it. Isopropyl alcohol. This thing can come in 1 liter bottles or 500 milliliter bottles. There's a link in the description for an Amazon one. I don't recommend you buy it though. I'm just putting it there for an example. Go to your local Walmart and get 99% alcohol. It's cheaper. Number 6, some type of all-purpose degreaser. This is my secret, and it makes the computer so much nicer. I don't obviously apply this to circuitry directly because it will fry it immediately, but this is just normal industrial degreaser that I sprayed like a minute amount, and it just gives it a little citrus smell, and it also cleans it up really nice because this is industrial stuff. Another alternative you could use to this, eucalyptus oil. I don't have that. I never used it in my whole life, but this just works better. I feel like this just gets grime and dust and sticky keyboard gooch better than if I were to use isopropyl or purple power. You can get this, or you can ball out and get the 4-liter version. It's totally up to you. In my personal opinion, you do not need it. Other than that, we're gonna move on. Number 7, hard drive. These are highly important. That's why I keep 1, 2, and 3 hard drives. I even carry this here, and I have external drive support here as well. These are a huge thing. Get them. Get them, get them, get them. You will help yourself a bunch this way. This is a 1 terabyte, this is a 2 terabyte, this is another 1 terabyte. I use the absolute shit out of these when I'm doing OS system resets or doing anything other than hardware repair that don't include hard drives. These things are huge. They're good for backups, they're good for system restores, they're good for anything that requires a hard drive or a backup, as it's a large capacity, cheap option instead of getting like an NVMe SSD. I keep these on the side of my desk. I just keep hard drives, and these hard drives can help me out in a pickle whenever these hard drives are out of commission. I even keep a little tiny NVMe drive. Whenever you're first starting out, you do not need 3 hard drives. This is just accumulated over the time. Get a 1 terabyte Seagate, not Western Digital. I've had problems with Western Digital. Seagate drives, as you can get this thing for 70 bucks. Let's move on. Number 8, cables. Not this cable, this cable. This is what I call the China in my videos. Gotta bring out the China. The China. The China. This is a 17-in-1 laptop charger kit. I got this thing for $25, I'm pretty sure. And this thing does everything. It has about 14 charger ends, and you just apply them to this butt end here. It just simply goes on like that, and you're good to go. I use this thing all the time. I bought it back on November 19th of 2023, and I still have it. This thing's great. This is good for the times you get a laptop in that does not come with a charger and has no power on issue. You will get that a lot. This is a yes. Get this 100%. Obviously, all the links are in the description. I'm saying this again. Number 9, NVMe Card. You don't necessarily need this, but it's good to have. That's why it's at number 9. This is a PCIe NVMe card that goes into a PCI Express X16 lane on any type of ATX MTX board, and it just utilizes the PCIe lanes to support NVMe drive. They have little countersinks here, and you can add different ones depending on the drive size, and this thing just helps a ton whenever you're working on anything. I got this thing for, I don't even know how, maybe $35. It was very expensive at the time. Especially, I wasn't making any money, so this was a luxury to me. It comes with the screwdriver, the countersink screw, and then this is an optional thing that you guys can get. This is for M-key SSD to MacBook SSD. You don't need this. This is good for faulty SSDs in MacBooks. I've experienced this like once or twice. I've only used it like one time, and it saved my ass. It was $5. I got the cheapest one on Amazon. I don't know if it's still there. I'll put the link if it is. Last but certainly not least, a label maker. Yes and yes and yes. You can get these things for cheap. I got this thing for 45 bucks. The tape for about $15, I want to say, and it lasts a long time. And then, you know, you can get white, or I got clear. My particular brand is Dymo. I just got it at Walmart. You can get different label makers for a different price. But yeah, these things are pretty awesome. I use this thing every day. I'm not even lying with you. It helps me a ton for labeling hard drives, or, you know, RAM kits or stuff like that. It's a good thing to have. It's a very good practice to learn to label. Highly recommend. Honorable mention, some type of screen cleaner. This is a yes to basically anything that needs a clean, especially on MacBook Retina screens. I have seen a little bit of like a purple splotchiness. This cleans it out. You will be there forever, but this will clean it out. Big thing. Got this thing for like, I don't even know, I think it was like 10 bucks. Zip ties. You'll never use this in a laptop, and if you do, close the casket. You're done. This is just a very basic zip tie kit that I got at where? The dollar store. This is important, kinda. This is good for cable management. Get black zip ties. Do not get red, green, yellow, and blue. This is just a good mention to put. Honorable mention number 3, some type of CD reader. It could be this one. I'm using this one because I have a test bench, but you can have one that connects to the USB. Both of them are in the description. Go take a look. The last honorable mention, high capacity DVDs. You will never, ever, ever use them. I'm going to be dead straight with you. But when you do make them, it'll be for a good reason. For example, in my recent video right here, I used DVDs. These are verbatim 8 GB dual layer DVDs. I have Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 8.1, Windows 7, and Windows XP, all on disk. As stupid as it may sound, it is the thing that saved my whole fucking video. If I didn't do this, I would not have a video on that day, and I would be boned, because that computer in particular didn't accept a bootable USB drive. This is a definite yes if you are planning on working on retro machines, or if you're working on an older Asus, Toshiba, whatever. Yes. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I gotta clean up now. This is a big mess.